So we're at questioning to clarity, and this really is a step that makes and breaks the sale. Of course, what we just did prior to this, where we were questioning them in a warm-up kind of a way, and we were asking them about themselves personally. Now it's time to transition into understanding exactly what their pain is, how painful it is, and how much they want a solution, and how much your solution is going to help them. So in this step, we want to make sure that we get together all of the questions that are appropriate and needed to get the prospect's agreement at the end. These may be physical to the type of building they're in. They may be about them physically in their bodies. It may be about the facility. It may be psychological services. It might be evaluation services. It could be so many different things that are appropriate to your business. And you've been dealing with clients, so you know what the client needs to tell you to be in the position to have said they want your solution. And this questionnaire generally comes out to be about 10 questions, and we ask all the appropriate things that make a client qualified, and then we clarify with them through these questions that they will benefit from the solution that we have. Now, one thing I want to throw in right here, which I think is important. If you get to a juncture in the presentation anywhere along the way, and the client or prospect does not agree with the position that you need to make it so that you know that they understand the solution to their pain and how it will benefit them. If you have something along the way that you can alleviate or overcome, there's absolutely no reason to move forward, because that's going to be the objection at the end. So you may as well know everything now up front, so the client understands that you're trying to do everything in their best interest. So the questionnaire is extremely important, and this is a place where we really can benefit working together, because through my questioning the clarity of your business, I can show you the questions that would be most appropriate for your clients to be setting themselves up for the close at the end by hearing themselves say the answers to the questions that you're asking. Now, when we get to the end of those questions, the way that you end that section of the presentation is, now that I have this information from you, it'll let me tailor my presentation to you so that we won't have to waste any time. So let's get into the presentation. Now, your presentation is going to match the answers from the prospect to the questions that you ask them. So you're going to have somewhere in there, what is the major things that you're looking to accomplish? What are your major problems? How will alleviating those problems make you more efficient? How will the investment give you a return on investment in dollars and productivity and output? All of these types of questions are really essential to knowing what to do in the presentation. So now that you have them, you use those answers, as the basis of the presentation. So now the presentation is moving right along because you're making your features and benefits alleviate their problems step by step. Now, here's the important thing. On every feature and benefit, you at the end of that want to use a confirmation question that shows the client that it relieves part of their problem. So there may be 20 features and benefits, but you always end off. Do you see how that will benefit you? I'm sure you can see how if this was in place, you would be more efficient. You always want to ask that confirmation question. Now, if you ask the confirmation question and you don't get a really sharp answer, yes or no, the way you need it, and they kind of go, yeah, sure, that means they don't understand specifically why that was a feature and a benefit that would benefit them. So the best way to find that out, if you don't think they know, is to ask the question, why? Oh, well, because you said so, Glenn. Oh, no, no, no. I want you to understand so that you can make the educated decision. Let me run through that again. You run through it, you ask your closing question, and now you know that that is something that the client understands. It was taught to me like this. If I say it as the representative, it's hearsay. If they repeat it and confirm it, it becomes fact. So that is super important. Qualifying questions is what keeps the prospect doing the majority of the talking, because they give their answers honestly, because there's no money involved at this point. It's simply, here's the problem, here's the solution. So that's the presentation, tailored to the questions and the responses to the questions, from questioning to clarity. Now we get to the next step, which we call the walkthrough or the needs assessment. And what this section does is this actually gives the details of the solution for the problem. Now, we're always going to talk about the problems and the solutions, because this is how we're conditioning the client on problem, solution. Problem, solution. They understand that you are the solution provider, and subconsciously they're building confidence in what you're presenting because you're valuing their input and their position in the presentation. So during the needs assessment or the walkthrough, you want to involve the prospect in every single decision. It doesn't matter how simple. Whatever the factors are that are all the benefits and features of your product, you want to go through over and over again as they're telling you, this is exactly what I need, this is what I need, this is what I need. You're accumulating all of those needs, and you're having them understand why they need it. So that's what you do in the needs assessment, is we make it very clear this is exactly what we're going to do. And very often I'm carrying my agreement with me, and I'm filling out in the notes and in the memo space added things that they may want or that they agree that they want. I'll give you an example in an alarm system sale. When I would get through a sliding glass door, you can have a contact on that door that when the door is closed, it knows it's closed. When it's open, it knows it's open. You can have what's called venting, so that you can open the door 3 inches so that nobody could get in without setting off the alarm, but that you could have some air coming through. Or you could have a glass breakage detector that would tell if somebody smashed the glass. Well, I would go through each one of the problems. Somebody could open the door, somebody could smash the glass. I would give the solution to it. We have the contact on the door, we can vent the door with a second contact, and we can have a glass breakage detector, and then ask them, which way do you think it would be best to protect this door? And whatever their response would be, as long as it was sharp and with understanding, that was now fact on how they wanted to protect that door. If you're selling boilers, whatever the features are of the boiler and the benefit they're going to get from them, to go over the problem that you're having or the necessity that you're fulfilling, you then know step by step that they've confirmed that this is what they want. Do you see what we're doing here? We're building step by step on their answers. Meaning at the end, we'll have all these confirmations that they will already have given us to show that they really already made the decision to move forward. And now all they have to do is take action to actually move forward. So make sure that during the needs assessment or the walkthrough, you're getting the client very involved in the details of what you're going to be providing, the feature benefits to their pain, and that they agree that that will solve their problem or pain. Okay, we're going to go to the next video now. You'll see a link down in the description of this video. Click on that. Now we're going to discuss actually giving the price and then going for the close. We'll see you on the other side. Click on the link. Peace.